Marriage is when a couple choose to come together in love. People often see children as the manifestation of a couple's love. But what happens when love runs out? What then becomes of the children?
I think the trend is that a lot of people get married without knowing the consequences, and as divorce becomes more common, a lot of couples find it okay to divorce as easily as breaking up.
In 2013 alone, there were 7,525 cases of divorce and annulments. In fact, statistics show that 48% of marriages have a potential of ending up in a divorce. As divorce grows and becomes more common, children have to deal with this sudden change in lifestyle. Such children include Azizul Martin, who is still coming to terms with his parents' divorce after his father was arrested for drug abuse.
I know it's been 10 years since he took drugs, then he took again. Then it was like completely denial. It made me lose faith and trust towards him. Then that made him less of a fatherly figure, a role model to look up to.
In 2012, Martin's mother decided to divorce her husband. This, she felt, was the best decision for her family.
Around 1 year plus, then I decided to separate. It takes a hard day, but I had no choice. The father take the strike. That's why I had to take the decision, because I don't want the children to follow the father's step.
Abigail Shepherdson went through her parents' separation when she was just 8 years old. Her mother, however, did not bring across her intentions in the best manner possible. Abigail was left to cope with the sudden change in lifestyle, all alone.
My mom talked to us, and then she was like, we're not going to live with daddy anymore. Then I was like, why? Then cause we still very young, then I think she don't know how to explain what is divorce and stuff. She just say from now we're going to buy our own house and we're going to live there with me only without daddy. Then I remember my two sisters were crying because they don't really understand. And then it was the first time I saw my dad cry also, because obviously he don't want to be away from us. Yeah.
Despite being a decision made by parents, children such as Martin and Abigail seem to be the ones who suffer the consequences of a divorce.
A few months, I bottled up my feelings. I kept my thoughts to myself because I didn't see anyone that would be willing enough to talk to me, because I sort of pretend to be happy whenever I'm in school.
Even after the divorce, right, my parents still fought a lot over the phone. And then why can't you just settle this yourself? Why do you have to tell me? Why is it always me? They'll complain to me about my sisters studies, where they go out to, literally everything. So really, it was a big burden and it was so depressing as a teenager, because most teenagers have to deal with their friends, but I have to deal with my family and stuff.
Parents might not always be aware of the repercussions of a divorce on their children. Martin found it difficult to share how he felt about the whole situation, afraid to inflict additional burden on his mother.
The affected is that one thing is that their father is not around. Then when they have activity that have to together with the father, that makes them feel empty . I so scared they go to different path. That's what the teenagers wanna because they got a lot of friends, whether it's good friend or bad friends. Some of the friends can accept them that their father is drug. Some friends cannot accept.
There was that time that I couldn't handle a lot because I was in a huge stress. I didn't know how to de-stress, nor didn't know what to do because too much rules, too heavy burdens. Then I choose to run away because that seems like an easier option.
Apart from damaging a child emotionally, divorce also detaches children physically. Abigail currently stays away from her two sisters after her parents' divorce.
When I was 15, think about in June like that, then I decided to come live with my dad. Then I don't know, my mom was very upset, but like I guess it was for the better because my grades were really slacking because I just didn't feel like studying and all. And like my dad's the only one who can really like not really force me to study, but like motivate me to study because my mom wasn't always at home. And then like even when she was home, like I have to listen to like her problems at work and stuff like that, and like I guess I couldn't take it anymore.
I never imagined my family being broken up at all. So I was quite sad. I didn't know who to choose. I was just telling my parents like I want you back together. I don't want to choose anybody. So like it was quite hard lah. I couldn't really accept it. I was always like, why do you have to go? And then like all the responsibilities were like suddenly pushed to me. Then my mom was always at work, so I always had to take care of my younger sister, and do like everything by myself. And then Abigail always wasn't there, so like I really didn't know who to talk to and stuff. And then, yeah.
As long as you're below 13, I think you're not allowed to choose who you're supposed to live with. It's a matter of who wins the custody. All my teachers knew that my parents were divorced, and like they always ask me do you need money, do you need help or whatever. Like then I'll be like, no, I don't need like I had money, I didn't need much.
After divorce, children really need so much to aid in their healing process. Yet, these things are not always monetary in nature.
I was very lost and stuff, and like, at this point of time I was very angry with God, like why you make my family like this. But then like, you know, they always tell you like God will help you in like ways that you don't really see, and I realized that He was actually giving me help in the form of people, like my friends and stuff.
It would be great if that person doesn't give up, no matter how much I push that person away, or no matter how many times I keep quiet about things or keep it inside or bottle my feelings up. Because I tend to push people away when they get too close. Because to me, family is a sensitive issue.
Individuals have the choice to make a difference in the lives of children through the choices and sacrifices made. Abigail's grandparents chose to make one such sacrifice that shaped her to who she is today.
Yeah, I see like my grandparents, even though they fight and stuff like that, like they were still together. So like it gave me this idea that like not all married couples are gonna end up like my parents. And like even though like I had a lot of friends whose parents were also divorced, so like that was quite negative on my part because like I thought like, oh my gosh, everyone's gonna end up divorced. But like when I saw my grandparents and like other old couples, you know, even though they fight, they still keep it together and like stay together and stuff, because I guess it's important. Like you made a vow to stay together, and they really kept to it, and I really respect that. Yeah.
Not only can people who are connected by blood help children in divorced families, Martin's teachers at school also played an equally important part in his life and helped him to see the light at the end of the tunnel.
They are my teachers, especially one of them, saying that because things that I'm doing isn't good for my own future. Then, because of that, she, instead of telling me advice, she scolded me. Because she wanted me to do the right thing for my family, for my mom. It made me realize that some people just are there, even they are not as close as me and my friends are.
Divorce isn't the final verdict for children, as different people become key players in the lives of Martin and Abigail. So too can anyone reach out to children in divorced families and help build a brighter future for them.
When you see your family break apart, you can't possibly get it back together. It's very rare, like extremely rare. So like the only people who can really come in and help is like your friends or like your teachers in school and stuff like that. So I think that like your friends play a really very important role, and you really need to pick who you mix around with, because like some friends can be very negative, and like, you know, if they're very negative, then you're gonna become very negative. Yeah.
There are people around, people willing to help. Just say yes, then it will be helpful if you allow them to. So don't feel scared. Just persevere and push through.